Hello, gorgeous. Oh. Frog in throat, sorry. I hope that doesn't persist. I have a huge disclaimer about last week's weekly palette. I said that I was using the Glitzy Fritzy brushes, and I was not. I was cleaning up my dresser this week and found my Glitzy Fritzy brushes. And what I had been using was a couple that Sigma sent me as freebies. At the same time, they sent me the Fritzy. I bought the Fritzy brushes. So, brushes. So, oops. Once again, below I will refer you to Mary's channel and her brush video. But here are the brushes. Okay, this palette for today is one that came out, if I remember correctly, about this time, I was going to say last year, but year before last. But I don't think I ever did a video. Anyway, it's the Naked Urban Decay Cherry palette. And there's what it looks like. This is still available on Urban Decay. I'll put a link below and the price below. And I will, again, chit-chat like I've been doing. You seem to like me to chit-chat. I am the world's dullest person, I think. I don't know why you like me to chit-chat. I will chit-chat. Okay, I'm putting just some beige powder on before I start. I kind of like that for my eyeshadow base. Let me see. If you are new to my channel, my name is Cindy. I am a 66-year-old broad. I am a native Houstonian, currently residing in Mississippi, and this time of year is bad for me allergy-wise, which is why the frog is in my throat and my eyes are watering. I just did one of this week's mascara videos, and when I finished, discovered my eyes were watering really bad, so I don't know, it must look horrifying. I may have to trash it and do it over. At any rate, let's see what's going on. Okay. I've been reading voraciously. My friend Ginger sent me a book that she had read and she really liked called American Rust. And that was not a Fritzy brush, by the way. I'm going to try to describe it. It will be a challenge. All right. I'm learning to go dark in the crease, darker than I would think I should go. This looks like a wonderful crease brush. This looks like, both these look like really good brushes for swirling the crease around. And this is good for eyeliner and also for, look what I forgot. Okay. As it turns out, they've just started a mini-series on Showtime of this book that I just read. Anyway, it's, oh, what am I going to do in the crease? Let's decide that, and then I'll talk while I'm putting it on. And I might have to put on the ring light, y'all, sorry. Lordy. Okay, there's one here called, I'm going to go with the darkest. It's called Privacy. Right. Sorry about this light, but otherwise I can't really see what I'm doing. Okay. So it's from the point of view of 6 different people. And it starts with a young man who is just stolen $4,000 from his father, and he's been kind of caretaking his father for some years, and he just kind of had enough. And so he takes this money and takes off with the idea of kind of being a hobo and taking the trains out to California from where he lives in Pennsylvania. And so he stops off. Oh, by the way, I've done the rest of my makeup. He stops off at his best friend's house, thinking his best friend might go with him. Apparently, they've talked about it some. And his best friend is more or less undecided, but pretty certain that he's not going to go. But decides he will walk with him away. And so they head out of town. Oh, and by the way, our young hero is a genius. And his friend is not a genius, but an athlete. So together they'd make the perfect guy, I guess. Anyway, the weather turns bad, and so they hole up in a building. And it turns out, within a very short space of time, some homeless or hobos turn up and aren't happy to have their space infringed upon. And an act of violence ensues, and I don't want to go much further than that, except to say that the other characters whose points of view, because it's all inner dialogue, this is all written, you know, from the point of view of the character. So there's the young man, there's his best friend, there's the young man's father, the young man's sister. Is that 6? Young man, best friend, father, sister. I'm forgetting somebody. Local police officer, or the head of the police, actually. And I'm forgetting somebody. At any rate, it was a really good book. It was hard to put down. I finished it in like 2.5 or 3 days. Really wonderful. And then I read a piece of flapdoodle that was just, you know, it was like unsolved mysteries kind of thing. Not crimes necessarily, just mysterious things, unexplained things. Just something I read in a couple hours. I just had to kind of clear my head. So I've used this dark color on my eyebrows too, and I'm going to use it under my lashes. So then I started reading, I'm reading one now called The Silent Stars by Jeanine. I think it's Basinger. Might be Basinger. Now my nose is itching of all things. And she's a film scholar. And this one, she just wrote about, she went and looked at a bunch of old movies, that's her thing, silent movies, and just kind of picked like 10 or 12 of the actors to write about that struck her as in some way having made a huge difference on silent cinema. Alright, I'm going to take the smaller of these brushes. I'm going to try something different than I usually do. I'm going to use that same color but make it darker and deeper right in through here and drag it on the lower lid a little bit there. So anyway, so far in that book I have read chapters about Mary Pickford, Douglas Fairbanks, Mabel Normand, what's his name, Max Sennett, and the Keystone Cops, and that's as far as I've got. I'm about, I guess, a fourth of the way into that. Okay, and then last night, our most recent Netflix DVD had arrived, And so we watched this movie that I've wanted to watch for many years. I think it's probably 25 years old. This was a Vietnamese and French co-production of a movie called The Scent of Green Papaya. And it's about a young girl who is placed in a sort of wealthy household as a maid, and how she gets along, and you see her kind of grow up in this family. And I don't want to say too much. It's a very quiet movie. There's not a lot of talk even. I'm going to take the palest color called Hotspot and do it right under the lid. And then at a certain point you see her 10 years later and kind of how the life in the household has changed. And if you get a chance to watch it, it's really beautiful. You can't really buy it anymore. You'd have to get it, you know, off Netflix or something. Well, you can. I looked last night, but it was $150. Yikes. I'm not going to do that, so. Okay, now I'm getting toward the very center, and I'm going to try this Bing, like as in Bing cherry, right there. And I'm going to drag that from the middle to the outer corner. And then we went back to Queen Kelly, the Gloria Swanson unfinished film that I'd mentioned last week. And we watched the special features on that that were available, except watching it through with the commentary. We just weren't up for that yet. We might wait, you know, a couple weeks for that. And the sumo wrestling is over. I might have mentioned that last week. Is over for now. We'll be back in 5 weeks. Okay, I usually put a splash of color either inside, in the middle, or the middle. I'm going to try it on the outside this time. I'm just trying something different. Okay, this color is called Bang Bang. It's a Sonny and Cher song. Bang bang, I shot you down, bang bang. You hit the ground, bang bang. That awful sound, bang bang. I shot my baby down. Something. Okay, I think I'm using the wrong brush for the purpose. I'm going to go back to this one. Okay, I'm going to go through just one more time and just kind of blend. Okay. I'm going to look in the large mirror. Oh, cool. Okay, what inspired this sort of different look was that we watched some, I forgot to mention, silent movies, or we watched half of one on YouTube, a silent movie by Pola Negri, and I think this one was called, I can't remember. We watched half of it, but the weather was bad, and we just blew it off after a while because we couldn't see anything. It kept stopping on us. And, you know, we were going to be there hours and hours and hours. But I was inspired to try, because that's how her makeup was in this movie. It was very dark in through here and through here, and then it gradually lightened toward the outer corner. So I thought I'd try a little silent movie star. I have a bad habit, y'all, you may have noticed, of not quite getting that lower lid up to the crease. I don't know why. I'm going to try to rectify that right now. A little more of this red. There. That's incredibly better. Okay. Alright, anyway, I'm going to come close so you can see it. Oh, I didn't put on lipstick. Oh no. Forgive me. If that's helpful or not helpful. I don't know if y'all like it or not. I like it a lot. These are all of my favorite colors. Once again, ooh, is there a baby doo-doo yellow in here? Well, not exactly. One called Tran that's kind of brownish, tending that direction. Speaking of that, I got my nails done, I got them whacked, and I got baby doo-doo yellow put on them. I know y'all think I'm nuts. I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's it. Sorry for the sniffing and the frog in the throat and the runny eyes. It's that time of year. That's it for this week. See you next time. Love y'all. Bye-bye.